Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. If you're new to the channel, I've been living in my F-150 with a Lear topper on the back for, I don't know, a week short of 4 years. My channel isn't all about boondocking. There's only so many videos I can make that say, I live in my truck, I live in my truck, I live in my truck. Letting a car pass us right now. Oh, letting a truck pass us. It's a rush hour today. This is Water Street, one of my favorite streets to film on. This is where I usually film when I'm running low on gas and I got stuff to talk about. A lot of historic homes here, right on Aransas Bay. And who doesn't love to hear the sound of the water? If you don't, I recommend one of the other 8 million channels on YouTube. I'm sorry, 8,017,000 the last I checked. Today's Monday, January 23rd, 2023. You know how I know that? I looked it up and wrote it down, because before I started this video, I had no idea what day it was. And a lady at Walmart told me it was International Pie Day. So I started thinking about what kind of pie I should eat today, because that's a great excuse to eat pie. But I realized she's talking about the mathematical equation pi, P-I. And even worse, I looked that up online and it's not even Pie Day. That starts at midnight tonight. Didn't stop me from buying a pie though. I like pie. It's 58 degrees. How do I know that? I looked it up before we started. I'm telling you guys, I'm on the roll today. The winds are 20 miles an hour out of the northeast. Got a car passing us. I usually come down this street about 7 a.m. right around sunrise. There's a postcard right there, guys. And the wind is kind of coming directly in the window, so I hope the sound is okay on this. I got a lot of people that I met the last few days, and I have not kept up on it. I met Jane and Lee, and I had met them last year. Very nice people. Hello, Jane and Lee. And the goat says good morning. Hey, birds. How are you? You guys are pretty. And they gave me a gift card for Luciano, and I did let him know that he got a gift card, and he said okay. Thank you very much, Jane and Lee. That was very nice of you, and I will put that in his envelope, and he knows the total. Well, I've told him the total, and that probably went to buying most of his chicken order yesterday. So thank you very much, Jane and Lee. Very nice people. I also met Mark. Mark stopped by the Circle yesterday when I was uploading, and I talked to Mark for a bit. Mark's a good guy. He was out for his morning constitutional. The ducks are floating. The ducks are doing duck stuff. There's probably about 20 right there, 30 maybe. I would like to count them, but all my ducks aren't in a row. Oh, here's one for Mark. There you go, Mark. It was nice talking to you, Mark, if you're watching today. And then this morning, I was in Wally World. I haven't been in Walmart in like a week or more, which was just weird for me. Sorry, I like to pause. I like to hear the water. And I was buying canned goods to go put in the blessing box because Crash had sent us money. Crash from Canada. Good morning, Crash. Had sent me money to fill up the blessing box. So I only spent half of it today, Crash, and I'll wait a few more days and then go back and fill it up again. But if you're in need, the blessing box should be full as of 10:12 a.m. Monday morning. And Adrian said hello and that he watches the channel, that he just started a few months ago, so I apologize to him. Adrian, it was nice to meet you. And then the internet was my friend the last few days. We were talking in the chat. I guess I had mentioned in a previous video Don McLean, that my favorite song of his was Vincent's song. And of course, Don McLean is known for The Day the Music Died, Bye Bye Miss American Pie. So, good morning. They got a baby. I mean, a dog would be better, but they got a baby. That was pretty cool. I didn't want to stick the camera right in their face. But several people, including myself, until about 4 or 5 years ago, it's a urban myth, urban legend, that the name of the plane that Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper died in was named American Pie. And it was not named American Pie. Here's here's how odd I am, folks. I know the plane did not have a name, but I do know its call letters were N3794N. N is in Nancy, 3794, N is in Nancy. And by the way, they still make the exact same plane today. I shouldn't say exact. They still make the same model plane today. And that's a cool side story, if you will. Waylon Jennings was Buddy Holly's bass player at the time, and he was going to get on that plane, but the Big Bopper was ill, not feeling well, and Waylon Jennings gave up his seat so the Big Bopper could fly there. So that's a little tidbit that some of you will know and some of you won't know. And you can find this information hidden in books and on the internet. Whenever I hear anything now, I go to 3 reliable sources. I don't go to like Bill's webpage of facts or, you know, Janie's opinion on, you know, Bigfoot being a UFO coming from outer space. There's also a site, Birds Aren't Real, that tells you about how the government replaced real birds with drones that look like birds. And guess how they recharge, everybody? They land on telephone pole wires. And that's how they recharge. Isn't that awesome? Isn't it great what we did with technology, people? You can just create something in your head and make a web page about it, and when people look it up, they'll think it's true. I also can't believe I almost forgot this. Talk about burying the lead. Here comes a bike, so let me get on my side of the road here. Gary sent me a very nice letter. I got a head nod. I'm gonna count that, because if he waved, we might have crashed. So I'm gonna give 100% credit for the friendly head nod. I wonder if there's people that live on this street that walk that are now terrified not to wave hello. Look at all the remnants from the piers out there. Wow. I want to say that's from Harvey, but I don't know. And if you're ever wondering why there's so many damaged piers beyond repair, it is super expensive to replace or even repair a pier, especially when it's that kind of damage. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a 300-yard pier or longer. You kind of lose all perspective when you're doing some of these, when you're eyeballing some of these piers. Yeah, I worked in the construction office. I saw the prices, and that was 4 or 5 years ago. You're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars doing a pier like that. And I mean, it all depends on, do you want railings on one side, no sides, both sides? Do you want a boat lift? Do you want a fish cleaning stand? Do you want water run out there? Do you want electric? Do you want a T head? It all adds up. Good morning, boys. Can I get someone singing, please? Nothing, huh? All right, I understand. How do they know that I have no food for them? They know. But Gary sent me. I'm jumping around. I apologize. You know what? I don't apologize. That's me. And if it bothers you, there are other channels out there. And I would like to blame it on some traumatic brain injury. Please keep this area clean. I think I've always been like that. Squirrel, dolphin, anything distracts me. Gary sent me a very nice letter, good sense of humor, and in that letter was a HEB gift card, which is awesome, Gary. And Gary, I did send you a thank you email because I have Gary's email. And the HEB gift card covers two of my favorite things: food and gasoline. And that's pretty much the my existence right now. So thank you, Gary. That was really kind and generous of you. And hold on, Gary. Okay. You know why I'm thinking of buttons here, which reminds me of red buttons, and I'll talk about 8 or 9 of his characters next. Um, Now, also buttons reminds me of the Curse of Oak Island because they find a lot of buttons on that show. And I watch a couple metal detecting channels, and one of them is a guy up in New England. He does like Revolutionary War sites some of the times, and he finds buttons. So that's pretty neat. We're going to give the dad joke button a try. I'm pretty sure, guys, we've heard every joke on here several times. So we might be retiring the dad joke button for a while. I was going to take the battery out and just put it away, and in a year we'll forget about all those jokes and we'll have brand new jokes from the dad button. I wish they just had the dad joke button laugh, because then we could do our own jokes and then put that laugh at the end. I'm just looking for a spot to pull over. No cars coming. Let's go. Let's give it a shot here. This is as good as any, right? There's the dad joke button. There's the dad joke button. Here we go.
What do you call a man with no arms and no legs lying in front of your door? Fat.
I don't know if we have heard that one from him before, but I have heard it before. That was one of the. I've said it a few videos ago, but I like the one. What do you call the guy with no arms and no legs laying in a pile of leaves? Russell. I thought that was a good one. And then, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs who's out in the water? Bob. I'm sure there's all kinds of other ones out there. I wonder what happened. Wait a minute. The Texas flag's there, but the American flag is gone. And then right next to it, down here, right down here, the Texas flag is here, but the American flag's gone. Wonder what's going on there. That's interesting. Am I looking too far into that? Well, guys, someone snuck in behind me on the side street. How rude of them using the same street that I'm using. I was actually turning. He had on his right turn signal and then pulled over to the left. Let me get this last house down here on the end for you. Everyone always likes to see this house. Thanks for riding along today, guys. There's your house. Thanks for watching.